Hello everybody and welcome back to Flight Simulator X. I am Captain Klaus as always. I know it's been a really long time since my last video. Uh, Life's just gotten crazy here. And we're going to do things a bit differently this time. I just recently downloaded Open Broadcast Studio rather than Classic. So we're going to try this one instead and see if the audio output is any better at all than regular Classic version. I've been experimenting with it a little bit, been having some problems, but it seems to be working just fine now. And I'm hoping that the video turns out just as good or even better than the other ones. And today we're just going to be doing an easy flight in the Flyaway Simulation Dash 8 in the Horizon Air livery, as you'll see in a minute. And we're just going to go from Kalispell to Missoula. Just do a quick short flight to get back into the swing of things here. And I promise you guys I will be uploading more videos as time comes. I will be on break here from school pretty soon, and I should be able to start uploading quite a bit after that. So without further ado, we're going to get on our way here, and we're going to go ahead and jump into the sim here, and that'll be coming up right after this. Alright guys, hope you like the intro music there. I figured I'd try and do some in-game editing, make the videos look a little bit more professional. And as you can see here, we are spawned in at Glacier Park International Airport, and it's currently right now 4:42 p.m. We're using fair weather rather than real world, excuse me. Internet's been having some issues today, and it seems like it doesn't want to download the real world, so we'll just have to make do with what we have. And just doing a quick overview of the aircraft as always, checking controls on the outside, making sure everything looks good. Check our spoilers here real quick. Alright, that looks good. Alright, can't use the flaps until the engines are started, so we're going to be good on that. And right now we're just waiting on a few things, and we're going to go ahead and jump in the cockpit. Alright guys, back in the cockpit. I know this is only the second video we've done. Usually you're used to me doing jet videos with airliners. And I also will be doing some more of the real flight simulator G5.5 as well. Get back into that as well. Have some more fun with that sim. And we're in a different livery than last time when we flew this, which was on a virtual airline flight, is when we did the last video. And it didn't turn out as good. I put it in Windows Movie Maker, and it just destroyed the quality of the video. So I figured I'd just do it all one shot and hopefully get all the editing done in-game and do it as smoothly as possible so I wouldn't have to go back and edit it and lose quality. And I know there's other programs out there that record in full HD and then you can edit it right there. I know XSplit's one of them, but it costs a fair amount of money, and this is free. So, and I'm on a pretty fixed income. I get an allowance. I don't really have much more than that. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get the aircraft set up here. We're going to go and turn our crossfeed warning off there, so our fuel's off for crossfeed, and we're going to go and power the plane up. Turn on our generators, avionics, and battery system. Go and flip on our panel lights here real quick. Lights up that real well so you can see. I'm going to go and bring up the GPS here, just resize it real quick so looks good, just so it's clear so you can actually read it. And we're going to go to Kilo Mike Sierra Oscar, which is Missoula International in Missoula, Montana. Just a quick little flight. Not going too far. I'm just going to set the zoom right now to 100 nautical miles. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of the GPS as our flight has been locked in. We're going to cruise at, let's see, we'll cruise at 9,500, because why not? Because we're going VFR. Oop, too far. We're going VFR to the south, and we are going to use default ATC because we are in single player mode instead of multiplayer, so we will have other traffic to deal with, and I do apologize for that in advance if you guys don't want to hear the default ATC. I know you don't have to talk to them, but This adds to the realism, I guess, as far as that's concerned. So we're going to switch GPS control. Altitude 9,500 looks good. Alright, we're going to turn our flight directors on. I'm going to already add some up trim here for takeoff purposes to help us out on that front. Set the vertical speed indicator. We're going to go to 2,000 feet per minute. Looks good on that front. Heading control, we're set to 360 right now, but we're going to be flying via nav control, so we don't have to worry about that at the moment. Alright, everything looks good on that front. I'm going to close our cargo door outside, make sure that's getting closed. Okay, that is closed. Jump back in the cockpit here. Oops, wrong one. There we are, virtual cockpit. And we're going to go ahead and hit our non-smoking and seatbelt. I think that might have been right there. Let me just check that. Ah, good to know. Those are our seatbelt and smoking switches right there. We can't touch them in this configuration. And we already checked the spoilers, check controls, and whatnot. Trim was in the green, so we look good on that front. We're going to go and close our main exits here. Those are closing. And this aircraft uses the same sound pack as the default King Air 350 as far as engines and flap sounds go. The engines are slightly different, but the startup sound pack is the same. So if you're used to that, there's really no difference here. So we can go and turn our beacon light on. That's going to start flashing on me. It just likes to bug out. All you have to do is just turn the panel light off. Back on again. Usually it fixes it, but not all the time. We're going to turn our navs on. We'll go and turn the strobes on. Yeah, it's going to do that for me. Okay, come on. Wants to bug out. Okay, well, we'll just let it do its thing. Alright, so I'd say we're ready to go here, so I'm going to go ahead and call ATC and tell them the situation, but first let me get our ATIS real fast. I usually don't do this, but we'll do it this time.
Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,800. Temperature -1, altimeter 2 ILS, runway 2 in use. Landing and departing runway 2.
Alright, that's all I need to hear on that one. So we're going runway 2, and we're just going to request taxi for departure to the south.
Glacier ground, Horizon 2035 with Juliet. Request taxi for takeoff, south departure. Horizon 2035, taxi to and hold short of runway 2. Via taxiway Bravo 5, Bravo 7. Contact tower on 124.55 when ready.
Alright, we'll do that.
Taxi hold short runway 2. Via taxiway Bravo 5, Bravo 7. Horizon 2035.
And I don't need to use progressive taxi because I've taxied to runway 2 via that, via those instructions many other times before, so I know the drill already. And we're just going to go ahead and go with it like that. Now, this aircraft comes with a really cool feature. We'll see if it works. It hasn't been for quite a while, which basically it's a taxi-back communication between the ground and the aircraft. It's a simulated ground and aircraft communication, but we'll see if it decides to work today. And I'm going to set my taxi speed hold, which means it'll set the throttles automatically, and it will try and keep the plane around 20 knot taxi speed, which is the safety mark. We want to go back to the left 90. We'll see if it works today. No guarantees. And I'm going to go ahead and call for it right now. See if it works. And I'm going to say no. Usually would have said something by now. Okay. We'll just cancel it then. That's a shame. Let's try it one more time here. Maybe it takes a second time. I don't know. Nope, it's bugging out. Okay, it bugged out on us. Might have to try and fix that somehow. That's a problem with the aircraft. I could always just reinstall the plane and see if that would do anything, but yeah, it's just going to bug out on us. So we'll just have to push back the normal way. Just request push back to the left here, so I'm going to go Shift P1 on the keypad. We're hooked and pushing back. Looks like we got a Cessna Grand Caravan. Looks like he's trying to land. We got a CRJ sitting over here, and I think there's a King Air on the other side of him. Actually, make that 2 King Airs. Alright, being pushed back to the left here. One last control check there. Looks good on that front. It says heading indicators set. Okay, let's do that then. Alright, we're going to go and stop the push. Lock the brakes. And I'm going to do an engine auto start procedure, which is simply just hitting the on button right in the middle. Not much more to it than that. Fuel's up. Engine 1's firing. And there comes our ADIs online. It's got vacuum pressure. Okay, both engines are fired up at this time. We're going to go and turn on the taxiway lights. Let them know we're ready to go. Set flaps 15. Looks good on that front. Let's say we're ready to go. And parking brake released.
Glacier ground, Skyflyer 87, request taxi to parking. Skyflyer 87, taxi to General Aviation Parking. Via taxiway Bravo 6, Bravo Golf. Taxiing to General Aviation Parking using taxiway Bravo 6, Bravo Golf. Skyflyer 87. Skyflyer 87, hold position, caution other traffic. Hold position, Skyflyer 87.
Now the Dash 8 is actually a pretty useful aircraft as far as a passenger transport. It's one of the more popular ones that flies out of Glacier, and it's actually really fun to fly. This one that they made from Flyaway is actually very, very overpowered, in my opinion. I guess it was made that way on purpose. But it'll take off at 125 knots easily. They say it rotates at 120, so that's what the included manual said. It rotates at 120 knots. Let's see what this guy's going to do here. So they're just going to have him hold there until I pass. That's probably smart because you don't want 2 aircraft coming down at the same time. Boy, he really had a short landing time. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and engage the taxi speed hold. Ooh, going off. Looks like we got some winds to deal with. Now the brakes will automatically engage if the speed becomes too high above 20. I think it's margin of 5 above 20, I believe, or whatever your limit is set to for that matter, will cause the brakes to engage. And you can see there by the trail coming off the wheels, you can see that where the wind is blowing to. It's blowing pretty heavy the opposite direction, so that's going to pull us towards the other side of the runway here when we turn around and take off. But otherwise, this aircraft has really good handling characteristics in the air, flies really steady, has great look to it when it's flying in the air. This by far right here, with the exception of the Majestic Software Dash 8, which I've never tried, this is the best freeware Dash 8 that I've ever seen. I'm going to go and turn off our taxi speed up here. We're going to turn that off. Alright, pull our throttles back here as we turn towards the runway, and I'm going to go ahead and call tower and let them know we are ready to go.
Glacier Tower, Horizon 2035, ready at runway 2, south departure. Horizon 2035, clear for takeoff, runway 2, departure to the south approach.
Alright, clear to the south.
Clear for takeoff, runway 2, Horizon 2035.
Next up, the runway looks a bit slick right now. hold the brake there for just a second. Let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights, and taxiways are off. And I'd say we are ready to go. Throttle's coming up. Go ahead and bring up our airspeed indicator here. Whoop, yep, there's the wind pushing us. Throttle's coming up about 65%. Increasing speed rapidly. We're past 80 knots. V1 rotating. V2. And we are up just like that. I'll pull back on the throttles here as we are just starting to climb away from the runway gear up on positive rate. Flaps up, one position. Flaps 5. And we're going up about 2,300 feet a minute here.
Horizon 2035, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Alright, we're going to leave it at that. Flaps coming up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and engage the nav hold, altitude, and autopilot are now on. Pulling the throttles back. Speed will to counteract speed increase. Holding about 235 knots right now. Don't want to exceed 250. I'm going to go and turn on our logo lights here on the outside. Speed now slightly decreasing. We're about 2,700 feet a minute right now in climb rate. There's a slight cloud deck we just flew through, and making our turn now. Off to join the route on the GPS. We're going to leave the landing lights on through this flight. This will be under 10,000 feet. Oh, a little faster, about 255 knots. Not going too bad though. I think we'll just about clear the mountain here. Oh yeah, we're above it. Outside shot, see if we can see it from the runway. Oh yeah, there you go. There's from the tower. Zoom right up to it there. You can see it. She looks good in the air. Looks real good in the air. Oh, just switched to MT-54 there for towers. Alright, cool. Now approaching 8,000 feet. Altimeter's changed at all. Oh yeah, we're up to 3049, so it just jumped a whole bunch here. So maybe the real world weather did get downloaded, I have no idea. Alright, throttle's coming back. Hopefully try and hold as close to 250 as possible. In fact, I think for time purposes here, you know what? Let's request. We're just going to go to 11,500. How about that? That way we're traveling on an odd 1,000. That way we can go as fast as we need to. We'll put her up to a good 350 knots and we'll be there in no time flat. This thing will easily do 350. It's unbelievable how fast this aircraft actually will travel, and on good fuel economy too. Pretty great. There's 10,000, so we will turn the landing lights off now. Oops, have to do it manually. And we're going to go and push the power way up. And this thing just leaps forward. and I move the throttle lever on the joystick no more than about a ½ inch. Yeah, about ½ to 3/4 of an inch rotationally. And you can see how quickly this thing picks up speed. It's unbelievable. Turn the main computer volume down there a little bit so if you guys had a little bit of volume drop, just so it's not so incredibly loud. Oh, there's 350 right about there. Okay, I don't want to go any faster than that, so let's tone it down now just a little bit. Throttle's at right about 50%, at least close to that. Let me check my engine instruments here. That'll tell me what my throttle position's at N1 was. Let's take a look. It should tell me, well, we're at 65 here. I think that's torque right there. I think we're not even close to being in the red zone for anything, so we're in actually really good shape right now. So we're doing about 349 knots currently. As I said, I think I turned off. Yep, seatbelt sign, I did turn that one off. So we're going to go ahead and hold here at this altitude and this speed and just cruise right down to Missoula very quickly here. I mean, this will be very fast. Oh, still on air frequency, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of that. Actually, let me fix that here. I'm going to go ahead and just dial in a weird frequency there and just turn that on. There we go. Oh, we're not going to be bothered by anybody. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you sit back and relax, enjoy the flight, and we will talk to you when we hit top of descent. Until then, have a good flight. Alright guys, welcome back. Just you saw there the error up there for downloading the real world weather. It just popped up. Got rid of that. So we are right now at top of descent, right about 30 miles out of Missoula, and we're turning on the seatbelt sign now as we're about to descend down to 8,500 feet. As the throttles are coming back, and we're dropping to 8,500 at this time. Coming all the way back. Throttles are coming all the way back. And you can see on the GPS up here, that's Missoula right there. We're doing a GPS guided ILS approach, if that makes sense. We're just doing a preloaded approach on the GPS here, just to help us get right on track with the runway so we have a perfect landing and perfect touchdown. Hope everything works out just fine. Alright, speed's about 235 now, 230. Going to hold it just a little bit more. Add just a little bit more power, not too much though. Looks like we're pretty good. Alright, we're coming right down to 10,000 feet. And we're going to go and turn on our landing and taxi lights. Pull the power back just a little bit more on that. I'm going to go ahead and put her into 2,000 foot per minute descent here as we dive in. And we're only 23 miles out from Missoula at this time. Alright, leveling 8,000. We're going to go ahead and drop her down. Go ahead and drop her down here to about 7,000. We'll go 6,500 here on the approach. Speed's right about 218. So no change on that yet. We're not coming in here too low, so I'm hoping anyway, because there's this corridor you have to get into to land in Missoula, which is, it's really strange, and I think that's it right here. I'm pretty sure it's it. Because the mountains over here get pretty tall if you're not careful, and I think we're coming into the Missoula Valley right about now. So there's leveling out, excuse me, cannot talk today. So we're right about 6,500, we're going to hold it here. We're about 3,000 feet above ground level right now, roughly. And we're just going to cruise at about that altitude, and I'm going to go ahead and arm our spoilers for landing so they deploy. This aircraft does have reverse thrust. Excuse me. I've been recovering from a cold here, so I'm just having a bit of a runny nose, but nothing major. We might have to go over those mountains right there. That's a definite potential. May have to climb a bit if that's the case. Maybe I dropped a little bit too low. Let's get up to 9,000 feet here. Try and get above this mess so we don't have to worry about it. I haven't done this approach in a long time, so it's definitely... Oh, that's the wrong one. And as I was saying, I haven't done this approach in a while, so it's definitely kind kind of a learning curve again for me. I thought we were going to be turning into that area down there, but I guess I was wrong. So just have to climb above this area right here. Looks like we appear to be above the mountains. We still have another 1,500 to go. And we should be about clear. You know what? We're going to be about clear at 85, so I think 8,500 would be plenty. I should have checked the minimum obstacle. It's my bad on that. But looks like we're doing okay so far. Just about ready to turn final for the runway. Should be able to clear this peak right here. I think that's our Q right down there. Oh, we got 2 planes just popped up right here. No idea who they are. Should be turning for final here right as we cross over the mountain. Start slowing our aircraft up here just a little bit. Might as well see if I can get in contact with Missoula Tower, let them know what the story is here. There we are, Missoula International. And we'll go Missoula Tower. Actually, I want to make... Yeah, I'm hoping it's runway 11, but...
Missoula Tower, horizon
should be.
035 is 100 miles northwest with flight to land. Horizon 2035,
Yeah,
Missoula
runway
Tower,
11.
runway 11, altimeter 3043.
3043 on the altimeter, runway 11.
Runway 11, horizon 2035.
Okay, looks like we're good on the altimeter. We're about 8,400 right now, 8,490 I guess you could say. And we're going right in on runway 11, so they got us cleared to come straight in on 11, so we have cleared the peak now. We're going to go ahead and drop altitude. We're going to drop to 65. We'll go down to 6,000 actually. And we should be turning pretty quick here. There's the turn. Right on the... Turning right over the India November Echo NDB. Which I'm not sure which one that is, to be honest. And it looks like we're turning direct for runway alignment right now. We're not following an exact approach procedure. Like from Skybector or Navigraph or something like that. Looks like our heading indicator showing us right now runway alignment. We just got to come back to the left a little bit. Not bad though. Looks like we're looking pretty good. 14 miles from runway 11 at this point. Starting to come back towards the runway. Trying to get lined up. Go down to 5,000 here. Okay, I just had the lights pop up. There we go. We'll go 5.5 just to be on the safe side here. Actually, you know what? 5,000 will be okay. Because we just got there, so we'll be just fine. Alright, we're approaching now. 10 miles, we're going to go and drop the landing gear. Oops, that was the wrong button. Gear down. Alright, starting to level out here. Looking pretty good. Sorry about that, guys. Had a little interruption there, but we'll be just fine. Flaps 1 coming down, flaps 5, we're gonna go flaps 10. Aircraft's in a pretty good configuration right now. We're gonna go ahead and kill the autopilot. And aircraft control is now ours. We're gonna go ahead and fly her in ourselves at this point. Flaps going 15. Let's cut back to the right just a little bit. I'm gonna add some down trim in here. There's our clearance to land, roger.
Clearance to land, runway 11, horizon 2035.
Alright, start dropping us in here. Full flaps, 35. Ooh, a little windy here. Looking for a final approach speed of about 140 knots or so. So about 20 knots fast. Showing me a little high. I'm right on the money though as far as lineup is concerned. Pretty good so far. Throttle's coming back just a little bit more here. Let's try and drop it on the glide slope just a little bit more. Okay, I think I have a red light, which is good. I need a red light. There we go. Oh, okay, looks like I got 3 red there. I should have 2 red over 2 white. That's the optimum glide slope there. I'm not sure if these are the lights that are in a line or if these are the stacked ones. I think I'm a little low, it looks like. Not too bad. Very, very turbulent coming in here on landing, or maybe this is just a 2 light system. If it's just a 2 light, we're right on the money then because we got 1 red over 1 white. Looks good. Nope, looks like it is a 4 light system. We're just really low. There we go, now we got glide slope capture. Alright, throttle's coming back. Start our flare, power's off. And touchdown. Textbook. Alright, we're on a slick runway here, no reverse thrust. And we're just going to add a little bunch of brake here, speed coming down rapidly.
Horizon 2035, turn next taxiway.
And we'll turn next taxiway, horizon 2035. Looking good there. Alright, we're going to go and kill the landing lights. Ooh, man, that wind is really, really pulling me off to the side of the runway here. Go ahead and kill the landing lights so we can actually see what we're doing here. These taxis are bright enough.
Horizon 2035, contact ground on 121.9. 121.9, horizon 2035.
And we are off the runway at this point. Look for our gate positions here. Where's the rest? Where's the actual terminals? Oh, they're over here. Turned off a little short, not bad though. Flaps coming up. And flaps are up. Alright guys, looks like we made it here to Missoula just fine. We're still in one piece, which is always a good thing. Got our passengers to where they need to be in rapid fashion. And just like we always do it. As always, the flight has been a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get taxied in here. Just park real quick before we do anything else here. Just try and taxi. And I know it's not what we're supposed to do, but kind of under a time constraint here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull her in here on Delta and put her in at the gate and call it a day. There's our first gate. There's our gate pull in right here. So we're just going to take the first gate right on the line. There's the tower. I'm going to go and kill the taxi lights so we can see what we're doing here as we're pulling in. Right there. Excellent. Parking brake is set. Engines in shutdown mode. Generators 1 and 2 avionics set to off. Lights are coming off at this time. We're going to go and open our exit and open the cargo door. And that is going to do it for this flight from Kalispell to Missoula. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And as much as I've been enjoying bringing these videos to you, I promise there will be more in the future. And until next time, we shall see you guys later. As always, this is Captain Klaus from FS Flyboys. Like, subscribe. Take care, guys. Have a good one.